Hey everyone, how are you? In this video, we are going to solve the Leetcode problem contains duplicate. Now this problem is categorized as easy problem and it is actually a very easy problem. This problem will set you up for other complex problems. If you are able to understand the pattern behind the problem and the solution approach, you will unlock a really good technique to deal with patterns like these or questions like these. In this problem, we are given an input and the input is an integer array and let us call it as nums. The problem statement says that given an integer array nums, return true if any value appears at least twice in the array and return false if every element are unique. So basically the output we need to give is we need to return true in case any value in our integer array nums appears twice or more, that is at least 2 times. But if all the values are unique in our given integer array nums, then you can return false. Now the thing is guys, the problem is very easy to understand and it is very easy to code as well. For example, if the given integer array is 1, 2, 3, 1. So basically in this particular array, you have a value which appears 2 times, right? Basically you have a duplicate value and the question also says that contains duplicate. You need to find does your array contains duplicate or not. This particular array does contain a duplicate value 1 and 1 and in this case we return true. In the second example 1, 2, 3, 4 is our integer array. In this case all values are unique and we need to return false, right? Simple. Now what is going to be the approach here? See, the thing is, before talking about the approach, try to think about the pattern which this question has. It is actually a very easy problem, right? So solving this problem is not going to get us a job in any product based companies, but understanding the pattern can help us to solve difficult problems which can actually give us a job or can help us in getting a job in a product based company. See, the thing is, this particular problem has just one pattern. Can you find does your data has any duplicate? The solution approach can be very simple. We can check for each value in our given array that do we have this value more than once. And how can we do it? What we can do is we can say that let us start with the first element. If in the remaining array we have an element which is equal to 1, it means we have a duplicate, right? Now let me play around with the ordering of the numbers. Let me put this 1 after this particular 2. Let's put the 2 first and let's put the 1 after the 2. Now you can start with the 2 and you can ask the question, does the remaining array has a 2? No, we do not have, right? So when we check with 2, the remaining array doesn't have a 2, so 2 is fine, it is unique. What about 1? Now if you want to check for 1, you just need to check for the remaining array. Reason being, if there would have been a duplicate before, then you don't need to search again, right? You can directly return true. So we don't need to see back, we don't need to trace back, we just need to check for the other data in our array. So if there is a 1, let's check it in the other data that do we have a 1? This is not a 1, but this is equal to 1. So for this value we got a duplicate and in this case we can return true, right? Simple to understand. Similarly for the second array, we will check for 1, we don't have a 1 in the remaining array, so 1 is fine. Check for the 2, we don't have a 2. Check for the 3, we don't have a 3 in the remaining array. And check for the 4, we don't have any more elements. So we can say that no, we do not have any duplicate value, all are unique values and we need to return false. Now let us try to code this brute force solution. What we can do is we can say for I in the range of length of nums. Let's start with the first number. Let us say my current number is equal to nums of I, right? Now I want to search for this number nums of I or this current number in my remaining array. So I can run another loop for j in the range of starting with I plus 1 till the end of our array, which will be length of nums. Now we just need to check if nums of j is equal to current, and if it is, then we can return true. It means we got a duplicate, right? But when we are out of the loop, when we are out of the main loop, we can return false because we have not got any duplicates. So we can return false. All are unique values. You can run this and this is going to pass all the sample test cases. And even if you will submit this, let us see if this passes all the test cases. I think we will get time limit exceeded error because the constraints I see are big. So having a algorithm or having a solution of O n square time complexity is not going to work. Yes, I can see 65 test cases are being passed, but it is the time limit exceeded error. Alright, can you think of an optimized solution for this particular problem? See, the thing is, when we are dealing with an array of data, then we need to understand that we are right now storing this data in an array. Array is a data structure which can hold your data in the contiguous memory blocks, right? But an array cannot identify directly that does it have a duplicate or not. But there is a data structure which can actually identify duplicates and it can eliminate duplicates. And that data structure is called as a set. So guys, you should know about this data structure which is called set. And this data structure is a specialized data structure in which when you push elements, you push the elements like an array. You store elements in this like an array, that is you can store multiple values or multiple elements in a set, but you cannot store a value which is already in the set. So if I store all these values in the set, it will accept the 2, it will accept the 1, it will accept the 3, but it will not accept this one. So this particular problem is actually trying to introduce you to a data structure called as set. If you know about this data structure, then just by looking at the problem, you will identify the pattern and you can solve this. But if you don't know the data structure set, now you know, right? It is a data structure which can accept values like an array, but cannot accept values which are already in the data or already in the set. So what we can do is we can actually solve the problem in a lot of different manner, but we will definitely make use of this data structure. We can store these elements in this set. Only 3 values are going to be stored, right? The fourth value will be ignored. So if you find the length of your set, it will be 3. If you find the length of your original data, this will be 4. Since the length are not matching, we are sure that at least there is one data which is duplicate, and that is why the length of the set is reduced. If you talk about this data in which all are unique values, and if you try to store it in the set, it will store 1, it will store 2, it will store 3, and it will store 4, right? The length of your original data is 4, the length of your set is 4. So you can say that this particular array has all unique values, right? So this is that simple. Next time when you see a question like this, you can definitely try to solve it using a set. And don't worry guys, we are going to solve lots and lots of questions of lots of different patterns. Just stay with me in this series, Leetcode DSA series, and we are going to learn a lot of different techniques. Now let me try to solve the problem, and what we can do is we can first create a set of our data. To create a set in Python, we use the set function, and in the set we can pass our iterable data. Nums is an array and array is an iterable data. Basically iterable data means that when you have lots of data stored in a single data structure and you can iterate through or loop through that data, right? So nums is a iterable data. I can just put nums inside this set function, and now I have a set of nums. I want to find out the length of this, so I can say length of this set of nums, and this should be equal to length of nums, right? So here is the length of the set of nums, and here is the length of our original array nums. This statement will be true if we do not have any duplicate, right? Because if we do not have any duplicate, then the length of both of these data will be same. But if we do not have any duplicate, we need to return false, right? So we can say let's return not, that is negate whatever the value we are getting here. So if we get a false here, we will return true. If we get a true here, we will return a false. So basically if you have a duplicate, then this will be false, right? The length will not be same. So in that case, we need to return true. So we can say not of this value, and that is going to be the complete solution for this particular problem. This data structure can create the set in O of n time complexity. It is not going to run the loop 2 times. Just one loop is enough for the set. So this whole algorithm, this whole solution is of O of n time complexity. Now I can run this, and this will pass all the sample test cases, and I can submit this, and this is going to pass all the test cases in my current problem. So you can see it is accepted, and the runtime is really good. The memory used is good as well. So we have solved this particular problem in a very efficient and I would say in a very intuitive method. So guys, I think that's it for this video. If this video has helped you to understand the set pattern and solve this particular problem, then make sure that you hit that like button, and if you have not subscribed to the channel as of now, then you have the chance to subscribe now. I will see you guys in the next video. I want to see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching this one.